Prince William revealed Princess Charlotte's favorite joke this morning during a surprise school visit on a day of engagements in the West Midlands. The future king dropped in on Freddie Hadley, 12, St Michael's Church of England High School in Rowley Regis, Sandwell, after the youngster wrote to the Prince of Wales last year inviting him to see their mental health initiatives. During the visit, the prince joined Freddie and his classmates for a segment on the school's radio station, where he was asked to share a dad joke. He said, "I am kind of trying to channel Jack Whitehall, because most of his jokes are pretty dad-like." The royal then told a knock-knock joke about interrupting cow instead, saying it's currently Princess Charlotte's favorite, adding, "That's one I hear a lot at home at the moment." In a punchline some may have predicted, as the others around the table tried to ask, "Interrupting cow who?" the royal let out an abrupt moo. As some laughed and some groaned at the quip, William insisted it was the best joke he could think of that was clean and broadcast-able. The Prince of Wales also thanked the station and the school for welcoming him, despite the fact he supports Aston Villa. Freddie Hadley, 12, posted his letter on X, formerly Twitter, on World Mental Health Day last October, telling the royal about the brilliant work he and his friends at St Michael's Church of England High School in Rowley Regis, Sandwell, were doing. To his delight, William personally replied, writing, "Good afternoon Freddie, I am so sorry Catherine and I can't be with you and the rest of the students at St. Michael's today. Tackling mental health challenges and stigmas head-on is so important, please keep up this important work." Freddie's letter clearly had a deeply moving effect on the prince, who asked his team to secretly arrange a visit to the school next time he was planning public engagements in the West Midlands. And today he shocked the schoolboy and his classmates by arriving unannounced as the first of 3 engagements in the region. It is the first time that William has undertaken what is known as a royal away day since news of the Princess of Wales' cancer diagnosis and treatment was publicly announced. Freddie had no idea that the prince was going to visit, instead he and his fellow pupils were told to prepare for a VIP guest. The Lord Lieutenant of the West Midlands, but when he saw William get out of the car, his face broke into a broad grin. "So this is the young lad who started it all off," William said. "Very nice to see you, thank you for your letter." "You're very welcome," replied Freddie. "Did you think you would get a response like that?" asked William. "Yes I did," Freddie said. "Oh you did, that's confidence," laughed William. "Why did you decide to write to me?" Freddie explained that he had been very impressed with the royals' work on mental health issues. The prince apologized for not being able to come when he was first invited on World Mental Health Day but said he hoped he had made up for it. Inside the building, William told one member of staff, "Lots of people write letters, but Freddie's was a really well-written letter." "I promised I would come." He added, "I am sorry Catherine can't be here as well." "She would have loved to have come." A clip filmed outside the school showed William and Freddie deep in conversation as the future king spoke to the schoolboy about his letter. The Prince of Wales congratulated Freddie on his initiative and told him, "Well done you, I am here now." As the others in attendance chuckled, he added, "Your letter worked. I am sorry I couldn't come to you in October." Later in the visit, the prince joined Freddie and his classmates for a segment on the school's radio station, where he was asked to share a dad joke. The father of three went on to share a quip that he claimed is Princess Charlotte's favorite. He said, "I am kind of trying to channel Jack Whitehall, because most of his jokes are pretty dad-like." The Prince of Wales also thanked the station and the school for welcoming him, despite the fact he supports Aston Villa. During the same conversation, William revealed that when he began undertaking royal work, he never initially intended to look into mental health as his most championed cause. He said, "So it started really when I was doing lots of charitable work. I never set out to look into mental health, particularly men's mental health." "I was interested in homelessness, I was interested in depression and addiction, all these separate areas, and hadn't really put them all together as a jigsaw." What's the bigger piece here? What are we trying to fix? My passion has now moved into male mental health because of the stats you mentioned at the beginning. The suicide rate in young men is just terrifying, and I wanted to do something about it. I realized that you have got to get more upstream. The further you can come into preventing it, the more you will have success. If we just deal with curing it all the time, we aren't actually going to get ahead of it. From there we met a lot of people in the sector and realizing how terrified a lot of people were about talking about it. This is unacceptable, we have got to be able to talk about it. William continued, "What was quite interesting was when we first started talking about mental health, not one celebrity wanted to talk about it. Not one. And for several years we couldn't anyone who wanted to join us on the campaign. Now you can't keep celebrities quiet talking about mental health. My next challenge is to find the next thing that society doesn't want to talk about." There are a lot of people who are quite frankly afraid to talk about what are very normal feelings. Afterwards, William joined a large groups of children for individual talk tables, including one where they were asked to place phrases associated with different emotions. It's amazing how close anxiety and fear are, he remarked. It's quite telling. St. Michael's employs a whole-school approach to mental health and well-being, and in May 2022 achieved a Gold Standard Award by the Carnegie Center of Excellence for Mental Health in Schools.